The show has grown fantastically since the last one 3.5 years ago. We now occupy over 36,000 square metres here at the NEC in Birmingham. Our exhibitor numbers have grown to 420, and it is very much an international event. We have participation from all parts of the globe. And we're attracting international visitors as well, which is fantastic. So we've had a very busy week here at the NEC. We're expecting to hit our 20,000 visitors across the 4 days the show's been open. And we're very excited by the way that the exhibition has been going.
What are the most interesting growing parts of this show?
Well, IMHX is a true intralogistic solutions show, and the trends are around connected IT. We're seeing a lot of that on the stands. Driverless forklift trucks, I've seen a few demonstrations, which is fascinating to watch. And all about improving efficiency. We're also seeing a lot of automation as well, so there's some fantastic displays from the likes of SSI, Schaefer, Knapp and Dematic.
Has the referendum had any impact on this show?
It hasn't, no, not at all. It's a big topic at the moment in the UK, Brexit, but the reality is that no one actually knows quite what it's going to do, and it's probably going to take a good 12 months to 2 years before we really know sort of what our path is going to be.
When is the next show?
The next show is in September 2019.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How is the economy doing in Britain at the moment?
Well, it's obviously been a very interesting time for us over the last few months. As far as the materials handling sector is concerned, we often consider that as a very good barometer for the UK economy because it's in so many diverse markets. So really what I can say is that prior to the 23rd of June this year, the EU referendum day, the economy slowed down significantly in the 2 or 3 months prior to that date. I think it was obviously a lack of confidence. The unknown is obviously was a big factor. But once the decision was made, it seems that the economy has picked up significantly, and there appears to be far more confidence in the market than people expected. Now, whether that is the pent-up demand that was deferred prior to the referendum, or whether it is genuine confidence going forward, it's probably a little bit too early to say. But I think generally in the industry we feel that things are a little bit more buoyant. This could change in the near future when the Article 50 is invoked, but at the moment it's looking quite positive.
What is the consumer consumption like at the moment?
Well, as far as the retail business is concerned, the retail side of the economy is concerned, I mean that's pretty buoyant, and they expect that to remain so. I think retail is looking good, but I think commercial confidence is predicted to wane over the next few months. Interest rates are at an all-time low, and we expect them to be reduced again, possibly in November. Although there's not an awful lot to play with at the moment because they are so low in the first place. So I think that should give people a little bit more spending money. It's bad for savers, but very good for borrowers.
Yeah, what does the government do in certain areas like infrastructure investment?
Well, that is an area where the government have committed recently to invest more money to help buoy the construction industry in particular. I think there are plans to spend quite a lot of money on motorways and large infrastructures in the UK. House building is an area that has slowed down recently, so they're looking to compensate in other ways as part of the quantitative easing measures that are out there.
Okay, thank you. And how is the British forklift market going?
Well, the forklift market in the early part of this year was buoyant, very buoyant indeed. In fact, there were record sales. The second quarter of this year, sales have been slightly less, and up to the end of last month. And now, of course, we're entering a period of what happens after the referendum vote, really, and Brexit as it's called. So the market has been very buoyant, still is at high levels, and our members hope, of course they hope, but are feeling that it will be business as usual, very definitely, but also that perhaps there's been a little dip in sales, and certainly for 2017 and the last part of 2016 they are optimistic.
You know a lot about the products your members produce. How is the range going on?
Well, the range, well, in direct answer to your question, our members historically have produced forklift trucks. When you come to a show like IMHX this year, you very quickly realise that a lot of people are producing, yes, they're producing amazing forklift trucks with incredible technology. A lot of that technology is for endurance, and a lot of it's for safety, which is a very key pillar of what BITA stands for, the trade association that I lead. But you very quickly realise here in Birmingham that these companies are actually, virtually every company I've been to of the lift truck, in the lift truck category, they're producing now what I'm calling a complete package for a customer. Yes, they're supplying the truck, but it's all the peripherals that make it easier to buy a truck, and it makes it more feasible for a purchaser to know what he's buying with the one supplier. So there's a lot of joined up writing. I guess that's what I'm really trying to say. It's not just forklift trucks anymore, it's the complete logistic experience that a lot of companies are now quite clearly here able to supply and wanting to supply, and that's dramatic, and that's a big change in the industry over recent years.
Can you say something about the investment of your members?
Yes, generally in the UK, as you know, a lot of our members are not prime producers in the UK. However, there's one member who he actually produces in Ireland, as it happens, but very close to the UK border. They are actually investing heavily in new plant, and that's very exciting for them. It's a tremendous reflection on how that company is being run, and clearly they're making sales accordingly. And I think it's a very good reflection on how the market in general is perceived by a lot of owners for the future. I do know, but I don't see it all the time, that the infrastructure that is required by a lot of forklift manufacturers may not be in prime production, but there's a lot of investment in their own facilities, whether it be, I'll call it showrooms, but it's much deeper than that, training centres, engineering centres, very, very critical, and that has grown tremendously over the last few years as well, so that's a big change too. So the atmosphere at IMHX 2016, the atmosphere I believe is buoyant, and that's reflecting an atmosphere, I think, in the industry in general and its investment plan.
Okay, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
We're the United Kingdom Warehousing Association, and we have a business-to-business membership of about 750 practitioners of logistics, mainly the third-party logistics providers, and in addition another 100 or so associate members on the supply side of the industry. Many of the companies that are actually here at IMHX.
And what is like the main topic here at the show?
The main topic of the show really is the growth in the industry. Everybody seems to be very busy. And the end users are now looking for solutions to optimise their operations in a business that's actually growing and really becoming the new retail business of the UK, given the changes of consumer behaviour and so on. So a growing industry, presenting some challenges and presenting a lot of opportunity to the logistics industry.
What do your members think about it, talk about the referendum and what's going to happen?
Of course, the referendum threw out the unexpected result. We actually took some polls before the referendum. Most of our members were hoping for a stay situation. Of course, the country has voted to leave. So it is creating some uncertainty at the moment. And I think we're just waiting to see what the ripple effect will be of some of those dollar-based commodities that are very important in our industry, fuel for trucks, fuel for ships, airplanes and so on. When those dollar-based commodities start rippling their way through into the cost to serve for some of our members. But at the moment there seemed to be no immediate effect, and business is actually very buoyant.
What is so special about the technology that was invented 20 years ago by Benny?
Benny brought the world's first articulated truck into the marketplace in 1982. Developed it over a period till about 1990 and have pioneered the market mainly in the UK. We've gone on to export it worldwide, and although the principle's been well established here for the last 20 years, it's slowly going into Europe and with rapid amounts of success.
Why do you go to IMHX and how has it been going on?
We come here because it's a gathering point for the industry, so all our customers come here, and we also sell to other resellers, so the other resellers are here, and we get to show off our products and all the new technology that we've got.
How busy has it been?
It's been very busy. There's been a lot of people on the stand. We've had a lot of inquiries for the trucks.
How important is the market for Knapp in the UK?
It's a very significant and important market for the Knapp company here in the UK. Historically, we have many important projects which have actually been very important to the development of Knapp generally. We have some very interesting and important clients like John Lewis and British Gas and Marks & Spencer, some very famous names. So big blue chip customers which are very, very important to our company generally.
Why did you go to that show and how was it like?
Well, traditionally Birmingham is the biggest materials handling show for the UK market. So it's a historic show, it's been around for a long, long time, and it's on a 3-year cycle. So and for that reason it's very, very big. It is certainly the biggest opportunity we have to exhibit in the UK. Similarly to CMAT, Logimat, it's a big show, and it's very important for this marketplace.
And how has it been?
How's it been? It's been good. It gives us an opportunity to welcome our existing customers. It gives us an opportunity to welcome people that we hope will become customers, and of course the new people that we don't know that come along. But undoubtedly the number of people attending the show is not as big as the past, but I think equally that applies for shows all over Europe, in my experience. It doesn't mean they're not important, they're still very important for us, and we like to exhibit, but there is always the internet where you can find out a lot of things, but this does gives us the chance to meet with people, which is very important.
Thank you.